ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
The Maine Warden Service is investigating a crash that killed a man from Millinocket. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Governor Janet Mills delivered her State of the Budget address last night, and survivors of domestic violence shared their stories with lawmakers Tuesday while they advocated for changes. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Lou G and Fredericks. Across the Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Already a couple advisories in effect. This right here is a small craft advisory that is up until about 10 a.m. as we head towards your Thursday, with a wind advisory also until 12 p.m. Also for your Thursday, we're watching wind that'll be moving in. That will stir up the ocean and also cause some windy conditions on land as well. So we'll have to be watchful for that as it approaches. For now, the general idea is increasing clouds with precipitation. You can see it right there within the last few frames moving in from the west going toward the east. And that will be approaching as the day progresses on. So you can see this is the leading edge of the system right about in here, with chances for rain showers, maybe mixing in with a little bit of snow as the day progresses on. For now, we're going with the wording of rain showers, but again, could mix with a few bits of snow, but most of the rain will fall farther off towards the north as the day progresses on. But we'll clear out later on tonight as well near the Bangor area. Hold on to the clouds further off towards the north, but some sunshine near the Bangor area as we start things off for your Thursday. Otherwise, winds will be out of the south at about 15 miles per hour, so that's why we'll be dealing with the winds today into tonight as well. But by tomorrow, look at this, especially by late afternoon, the winds will begin to back off. Forecast for today, 43 degrees, mostly cloudy, with a few rain showers, south wind up to 15 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period. Overall, a mostly cloudy sky, chances for rain showers, maybe mixing with snow, temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. The Maine Warden Service is investigating a fatal crash involving a truck and a snowmobile in northern Penobscot County. The Warden Service says it happened around 12:30 Tuesday afternoon when 60-year-old John Michaud of Millinocket was driving his snowmobile north on ITS 85. He failed to stop at a road crossing where the snowmobile trail crossed Grand Lake Road. A witness says the truck driver tried to stop on the ice-covered road, but Michaud was struck as the snowmobile entered the roadway. Michaud died at the scene. The crash remains under investigation. Officials say it's a reminder for all snowmobiles to come to a complete stop before entering a roadway, and they should always look for oncoming vehicles. A Waterville woman is facing drunk driving charges following an accident in Fairfield. Police say it was just before 5:30 last night when they received a report that a car had crashed through a guardrail at the intersection of Norwich Walk Road and the Center Road. It ended up in the middle of Fish Brook, and reports indicated the driver was still trapped inside. Officials say 25-year-old Vanessa Poirier managed to escape from the sinking vehicle. She had made it to shore by the time rescuers arrived. Witnesses later told police Poirier had been driving at a high rate of speed and failed to stop at the stop sign before crashing through the guardrail. She was transported to the hospital with minor injuries. Poirier is now being charged with operating under the influence, driving to endanger, and failing to stop at a stop sign. Governor Janet Mills delivered her State of the Budget address last night. She spoke on a number of issues and touted successes under her administration. The governor started off her speech by taking a strong stance on protecting Maine's lobster industry, prompting a standing ovation.
And as my Valentine's Day gift to you, when you leave the chamber, you will find chocolate lobster treats from our friends at Wilbur's of Maine in Freeport. A treat I hope that tastes much sweeter in the wake of our victory in Congress to pause the unfair right whale regulations imposed by the federal government on our lobster industry.
She went on to assure lawmakers and viewers that Maine's economy is flourishing. She said the state's revenue outlook for the next 2 fiscal years is strong, with an anticipated $10.5 billion in incoming revenue. Governor Mills also touted a record-setting rainy day fund of $900 million and a low unemployment rate of 3.8%. She said Maine's gross domestic product has the 9th highest growth rate in the country and the best growth rate in New England.
These strong revenue projections did not just happen by themselves. They are the direct result of a strong economy, created by federal support and deliberate policy and financial choices we have made in state government to fuel our recovery from the pandemic and create the conditions necessary for sustained economic growth.
She touched on Maine's workforce shortages and a lack of affordable housing preventing folks from taking jobs and settling in Maine as challenges they face. She proposed millions more in funding for PFAS testing and remediation, more than $100 million in possible funding for education, and $144 million to expand services so that aging Mainers can stay safely in their own homes. House Minority Leader Billy Bob Fockingham and Senate Minority Leader Trey Stewart issued a pre-recorded Republican response to the governor's budget proposal. They both argued that Maine's government spending is overspending.
Here's what worries me. There are too many people down here who think that doing great things means spending more money, a lot more money, even if it means breaking a promise made to the people of Maine a few years back that we won't spend beyond our means. In fact, Democrats and Republicans agreed that when more money arrives in Augusta than we planned on, we would cut taxes, period. That is missing from this budget.
Yeah. The governor's budget is another episode of spending gone wild. In fact, this spending bill is what's wrong with government. It puts the government first and the taxpayers last.
We will have reaction to the governor's State of the Budget address tonight on ABC 7 and Fox 22 News. Senate Republicans discuss measures taken to address obstacles Maine's lobstermen are following, facing recent attacks from out-of-state organizations and stricter regulations. H.A. Douglas has the details.
We can't let this issue be lost. I think that constant attention on what's going on is important.
Legislators gathered together during Tuesday's Senate Republican press conference to discuss challenges lobstermen often face. Legislators say challenges escalated following negative survey reports from out-of-state organizations like Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch.
What is more concerning for most of us has been interference in one of our heritage industries from outside groups that care more about right whales than the livelihoods of our people. There's something wrong with that calculus, especially when the underlying math is wrong.
House Minority Leader Representative Billy Bob Fockingham says it's time Maine stopped allowing tax breaks to grocers like Whole Foods that refuse to support products from Maine's heritage industries.
I think this is really a statement that the state of Maine and its tax policies aren't going to give benefits to people that are attacking traditional Maine industries.
The Taxation Committee held a public hearing Tuesday where LD 191, an act to amend the laws regarding certain business equipment tax benefits, which would remove state tax benefits to businesses like Whole Foods, which have blacklisted the sale of Maine lobster. Democratic Senator Troy Jackson says he has initiated efforts to aid Maine's lobster industry and supports bipartisan efforts to continue pushing for critical solutions.
In the first day of session, I sponsored a joint resolution against Whole Foods that we passed. I opened it up to all my Republican colleagues to be on board with it.
In Augusta, H.A. Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The city of Bangor is hoping to improve existing housing policies for area renters. David Ledford has more on the story.
The Bangor City Council held its first public reading of the revised Tenants' Rights Ordinance Monday night. The ordinance is part of the most recent version of the council's draft implementation plan, which focuses on addressing housing insecurity in Bangor and ensuring fair renting practices for both tenants and landlords.
This is, we all know, a particularly challenging time for us in figuring out how to address the root causes of homelessness.
If approved, the ordinance will require a 60-day notice of any rent increase, limit the cost of screening fees to $75, and eliminate rental application fees entirely. City Councilor Claire Davitt spoke about some of the goals of the ordinance.
We just want things to work equitably, and we know that the whole community wants people to be housed safely and be able to stay in their homes.
According to Davitt, the council has been working on addressing tenants' rights since the middle of last year, and one of the intentions of the ordinance is to prevent discrimination based on race, sex, the receipt of public assistance, and other factors. City councilors say educating renters about their existing rights is an important aspect of this ordinance.
Landlords have to give that tenant right information to their tenants and to have it be something that's easy and accessible to read. We'll actually have a page on our website that looks at housing and tenants' rights and the landlord's rights and not just rentals, but housing in general.
In addition to what is outlined in the ordinance, city councilors explain that some of their other goals with the implementation plan are to increase housing in the downtown area and address vacant properties in the city. Public comment on the tenants' rights ordinance will be held next Wednesday, February 22nd, at the Government Operations Meeting. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
7 survivors of domestic violence shared their stories with lawmakers Tuesday to advocate for stricter laws against violent abusers. One of those 7 survivors, Melissa Ater, shared pictures revealing bruising she suffered during a violent kidnapping. She says her ex-husband tortured her physically and sexually for 16 hours. Now Ater is sharing her story of survival with legislators and pushing for changes in current laws to hold abusers accountable.
Charges that my ex-husband had received that were no longer available to me because they were deferred disposition. So he had actually been charged previously, but because he had completed that deferred disposition, it was no longer a charge that was on record. You know, those who have not had any kind of experience with the domestic violence, it's important for them to see us, hear our story.
Ader's ex-husband is currently serving a 25-year sentence on sexual assault, domestic violence, and other charges. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, a coalition is urging lawmakers to end the sale of flavored tobacco products in Maine. We've got the details when we return.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
What I've learned over my 17 years in pharmacy is that every medication has the potential to affect every person differently. That was evident with my own mother. The medications were hindering her ability to think quickly. It did feel a little premature to stop driving, but it was the right thing to do. My message to Mainers would be never doubt the potential side effects. Talk to a loved one about your ability to drive safely.
It is Tournament Time 2023, and ABC 7 is your home for tournament coverage.
Watch ABC 7 News at 6 and 11 for all your highlights and interviews as our high school teams go for that gold ball.
And get the latest high school bracket information at WVII.com.
Tournament brackets are brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, great quality furniture and Bangor's largest in-stock mattress selection. Free statewide delivery.
Go get it. Go.
Hey, I was hoping you'd be here.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa. I like lunch.
There's a deal for every occasion at McDonald's. Like now, get a crispy chicken sandwich, spicy crispy chicken sandwich, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. Choose 2 for just $6.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Several Maine employers are urging lawmakers to end the sale of flavored tobacco products in the state. They've come together to form the Tobacco-Free Maine Works Coalition. The group says smoking costs Maine nearly $1.5 billion annually due to health care costs and lost productivity. The coalition says the best way to stop it is to prevent young people from starting. Dozens of businesses across the state have signed up to support new legislation designed to do just that.
So this law would be a preventative measure so more young people do not get addicted. It has an overwhelmingly negative impact on individual smokers' health, on the well-being of the smokers' families, and our collective workforce. If we can put a stop to it by ending the sale of flavored tobacco products, then we should do it.
Portland, Brunswick, Bangor, and South Portland have already passed ordinances ending the sale of flavored tobacco products in their cities. Maine Energy Marketers Association and local oil companies were out spreading love across Maine on Valentine's Day. Our Matthew Jaroncic tells us how.
The crew at R.H. Foster was feeling the love on Valentine's Day, giving away some sweet surprises.
We wanted to give you some extra love this year. So here were some flowers, some candy, a pizza, and we filled your tank. Oh my God!
Residents were shocked at the act of generosity.
Wonderful, wonderful. Totally unexpected, but really wonderful. Thank you so much.
This is the 8th year in a row Maine Emergency Management Agency is partnering with oil companies to make Fuel Your Love Delivery Day possible.
We are really excited. This is one of the most emotional and fulfilling days that we have here at RH Foster. We were able to identify 18 worthy recipients of this gift today, and we're very excited. None of them know.
Foster says it's important to make sure their customers are warm during the harsh winter months.
It's been very cold, and as many Mainers know, a couple weekends ago it was incredibly cold, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to give some of these folks a full tank and a little peace of mind for the remainder of the winter.
Recipient Gail Bowie says she was touched to be one of the lucky winners.
It has really brightened my day. All of you have brightened my day, so I don't get too many of them.
In Hamden, Matthew Jaroncic reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
After the break, we'll take a look at what you can do to prevent potentially dangerous falls. We'll be right back.
My family and I are proud to offer you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. Dining sets for dinner parties. How about a living room set for movie night? New mattresses for a comfortable night's sleep. At the Furniture Gallery, it's always a great time to buy. Maine family owned and operated.
Almost 1/3 of investment fraud victims are over 60. If someone offers you an investment, ask them these questions first. Are you licensed with the Maine Office of Securities? Are the securities registered? What are all of the risks and fees? How and when will I get my money back? Check before you invest. Contact the Maine Office of Securities. If we don't know, we can't help. And get the Smart Investors Checklist at investors.maine.gov.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where we offer fun and affordable activities for all ages. Birthday parties, pottery wheel classes, painting lessons, or just for the fun of it. Get fired up for glazing projects as well as acrylics. We offer a wide selection of ceramic products for you to choose from, and we have thousands of pieces ready to paint. We are a Paragon kiln dealer and a Laguna Clay distributor. Stop by the Creative Arts Center today, located just off the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge in Brewer. The Creative Arts Center, where your only limitation is your imagination.
Whenever Maine Wood Floors wants to know the weather, they log on to foxbangor.com. Whether you're searching to add beauty with a new hardwood floor or need to restore your old one, Maine Wood Floors is your hardwood flooring expert in Mid-Coast Maine. Pat's Pizza in Holden is not just a restaurant that serves delicious food and pizza. They also have an adjacent party and event room. Consider having your birthday or office party at Pat's Pizza. They have indoor golf, a pro shop, and a beautiful 9-hole golf course. Pat's Pizza, Holden.
His dog had my dog's paw in his mouth.
A questionable attack through a fence.
The 60-pound dog can't get under here.
It is what I saw.
But did this neighbor...
And then you went over to the defendant's house.
Shatter all boundaries.
Knocked on my front door, was extremely agitated. We got into a pushing match. He went to his car, not to his house, so I knew that something's wrong. That's when my neighbor saw him get a gun out.
Next, Judge Judy.
Wednesday at 5, only on ABC7.
My family and I are proud to offer you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. With maximum value pricing, you get more for your money. Low prices plus high quality equals your best value. Maine family owned and operated. The Furniture Gallery. Shop local, save money.
Frenchman Bay United has released policy recommendations to protect the state's coastal waters based on its recent fight with American aqua farms. American Aquafarm sued the Department of Marine Resources in May 2022 because the department rejected its application to grow salmon in net pens off the shores of Gouldsboro. The department claimed they failed to find a proper source for the eggs. The case was eventually dropped a few months later, but American Aquafarms has vowed to pursue the Frenchman Bay Fish Farm. The proposed policies introduced by Frenchman Bay include a 2-year moratorium on ocean-based fish farms, stronger environmental protections for coastal waters, and greater control in fish farm approvals. Frenchman Bay United Board member Ted O'Meara urges the state to pass legislation and adopt these policies.
We need to be prepared for this onslaught because, last year it was American Aquafarms. Who knows what it's going to be next? And we need to be smart about this. We can't just turn our coastline over to these people and hope for the best.
O'Meara says the state will see more pressure from foreign investors like American Aquafarms if nothing happens. Falling at any age poses a risk for injury. If you're older, those injuries can be serious and even life-altering or life-ending. With more, here's ABC's Ika Jachi.
Every second, someone 65 years or older falls in the United States. Falls can lead to broken bones, head injury, or even death. But doctors at Harvard University say there are easy steps you or your loved ones can take to lower your risk of falling. First, they say strengthen the muscles that help keep you stable while you're standing or moving. Those are the muscles around your hips and your backside. You can make those stronger with the side-to-side leg movements like walking sideways or shuffling. Doctors say it is also important to strengthen your abdominal muscles to help improve your center of gravity. You can do planking exercises to make that core stronger. And finally, they say working on your balance is key. Tai Chi exercises can help with this too. With this Medical Minute, I'm Ika Jachi, ABC News.
When we return, Devin Biggs will have your 5-day forecast.
Find meaningful work in direct care, no matter where you are in life.
The difference that you make in somebody else's life is absolutely incredible.
Visit mainjobs.care/WVII to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Kwang Li Chinese Restaurant in Pittsfield has a wide selection of tasty dishes, including poo-poo for two with rice, General Tao chicken, sesame chicken, beef teriyaki, and more. They are just minutes from Interstate 95 Pittsfield exit.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Hi, this is Jim with Lowry & Associates.
Some guy slid across the center line and hit my daughter. The cops said the guy was driving way too fast for the snowy conditions.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this. Is your daughter okay?
She just had surgery yesterday. Is there any way you can come meet us at the hospital?
Absolutely. I can meet you at the hospital right now.
Lowry & Associates came to the hospital and settled my daughter's case for $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Call us. We win for you.
Find meaningful work in direct care, no matter where you are in life.
The difference that you make in somebody else's life is absolutely incredible.
Visit mainjobs.care/WVII to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
Welcome back. Let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
All right, let's get right into this. This is a small craft advisory that is up until 10 a.m. Thursday along the coast with a wind advisory on land. Wind is the main issue here, as we'll be watching for the ocean to get stirred up and the wind on land to get pretty gusty from time to time. Wave heights starting to increase a bit at around 3 to 4 feet, even up to 9 feet according to some of the buoys farther out towards sea, but some other areas not as active just yet. But we'll start seeing things get active as the winds pick up throughout the day. We have been watching clouds moving in from the west to the east, and even the last few frames seeing some precipitation. Some rain could be moving in today, possibly mixing with a little bit of snow, but a lot of that will start to back off later to the evening time frame, as it's really kind of a broken line riding along that warm front. So you can see that right about in there, tracking from the southwest going toward the north and east. So there's not a whole lot going with it, but a few rain showers possible today, mixing with a little bit of snow in a few areas. So we can see that development taking place. By tonight, though, the clouds break up further down to the south for the most part, with the rain staying further off towards the north. As we start things off for your Thursday, sunshine near Bangor, clouds further off towards the north. We'll keep that going for a while with regards to some clearing in the sky. So everyone will have a chance to see some kind of sunshine throughout your Thursday before more clouds start to approach us. We head towards Thursday night into Friday. With look at this, a wintry mix possible with rain to the south, a wintry mix line along and north of Bangor, and snow in the northern ends of the state. And it'll look a little bit like this. So here's that dividing line. We have rain in some spots near Bangor and areas south, north of Bangor, that wintry mix line, and snow northern ends of the state. And now we'll start to get out of here as we head towards Friday afternoon into parts of Saturday at the latest. So it looks a little bit like this. So a little bit of rain on the way as we head towards today. Nothing too extreme, maybe a couple tenths of an inch if you're lucky. But really, as we head towards your Friday, that's when we'll get to watch for maybe up to a half an inch between now and Friday. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, though. And this also takes into account some of the snow that will fall, too, just measured with regards to water. But moving forward, though, around 3 to 6 inches near the Caribou area before we're all finished up. So we'll need to watch that closely. But notice further down to the south, we will not have to worry about much snow falling there. But across the state, some areas may have to watch for a little bit of ice as well. So northern parts of the state, again, may have to watch for maybe up to a tenth of an inch of ice. So a little bit of interesting weather on the way as it does develop. So your forecast for today, lower 40s, mostly cloudy with a few rain showers possible. South wind up to around 15 miles per hour. A few snowflakes cannot be ruled out. 37 degrees, partly cloudy with a few rain showers early. Notice the clouds breaking up later on. That south wind up to 15 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, partly cloudy, highs in the lower 50s, and that west wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. A wintry mix possible for your Friday with highs in the lower 40s early and then cooling off. And then by Saturday, lower 30s and a partly cloudy sky. Mostly cloudy Sunday, highs in the low 40s.
Thank you, Devin. Well, love was certainly in the air yesterday in Miami, Florida. That's where about 30 couples took Valentine's Day to a whole new level by getting married in a mass wedding. They're the first group to have wedding ceremonies conducted by the Miami-Dade Clerk of Court's Marriage License Bureau. It was the Bureau's first mass wedding. The ceremony was complimentary, but the newlyweds did still have to obtain a marriage license before registering for the event. Florida has a mandatory 3-day waiting period, so the couples had to get their licenses by last week in order to exchange their vows yesterday. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6.
This week on Jeopardy! These players are giving each other a run for their money.
You're off to a fast start.
Let's make it a true daily double.
5,000, please. Nice close game. I like that.
7,000.
Oh, wow.